Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Witty's Gear Reviews. Today we're going to try something a little bit different. I've thrown this thing around. I've had it for a while. This is just your standard Altoids tin, right? Everybody makes this. Actually, let's be honest, has Altoids in it. But I've seen a lot of people doing small little Altoid kits, and I'm like, you know what? It's just trying to shove a lot of tiny stuff in a little tin, and I get it. I mean, for something real small to throw in a pocket, back pocket, front pocket, and to have something with you to be able to, start a fire, whatever, I get it. So what I did was I ordered a couple tins, Altoid-like tins off of Amazon, and thought, how can I make an Altoids tin kind of on steroids, maybe a little bit bigger, but everything that I use having a purpose. So I decided to make my little homemade fire starting tin. Yes, artwork, boom, courtesy of myself. Little arrow just to show me which side you open it from. So what I did unique to this was, if you can tell, same exact size, same hinge pattern, everything is the same except these don't have any writing on them. But what I did different was I took two of them, flipped one upside down, and used some Gorilla Tape and taped them together. And they're actually really sturdy. They don't move, they don't shake. And I thought, all right, now I have double the capacity. And it's not very big. You know, when you're looking at an Altoids tin, you're looking at 2 3/8, and now being 1 5/8 by 3 5/8. They're not very big. So, this is double the capacity. You can stick, surprisingly, a lot of people stick a lot of stuff in these. I just wanted to make a fire kit that I could throw in my bag. I could kind of have it, like if I had it in my truck and, for whatever reason, I didn't have any of my other bags, which would probably be hard. But for some that don't carry like a go bag or don't have a get home bag, I have a get home bag, I have a truck bag, and then I'm going to have my EDC or my EDC sling with me. So I've got a lot of gear on me typically at all times. But to some that don't, like if you have a camper or if you're going to, four-wheeler, whatever, and you're thinking about, hey man, we'll probably have a campfire tonight, hang out, go down by the river, hang out with the buddies. Hey, I could toss this thing in that little watertight compartment on your four-wheeler, and heck, I got an instant little fire starter kit, right? And there's not much to it, and it's not going to cost you a lot of money to build one of these. Everything in here I had. Most of it you could find probably around your house, and if you do have, a get-home bag and stuff like that, you've probably got some extra stuff you could throw in here. So that being said, there's substitutions for this kit. It doesn't have to be my kit. You can do it for what works best for you. Basically, I've got a strap on there just to hold everything together, to make sure I can toss it around. Nothing's going to fall out. It's just a pretty good nylon strap that buckles. It's going to hold everything together. And if I had to, if you've ever tried to light paracord, it'll light. Got some extra duct tape wrapped around there. And I just made that to hold the tag end in. But I wrapped it around several times to just give myself extra tape. This has 4 rotations around it. So there's actually a lot of tape wrapped around holding the two together. You can peel the sticker off. You can burn it. Everything on here will burn. Except for the tin. There's a reason why we don't want to burn the tin right yet. But that's what's inside of my kit. Nothing major, guys. And yes, I'm going to take it all out, but there's a certain way all this fat wood fits in there. But it's just some fat wood. Bunch of little twigs of fat wood, some ready tinder, right? this isn't going to be my fire. This is what I'm going to use. Shave some pieces off because I'm going to have my everyday carry, right? I'm going to have my pocket knife. I could shave some small little curls of that off, put a couple of these, get some tinder lit, and I'm in the fight, right? The next thing, depending on the weather conditions, just have some waterproof matches. Some of the big storm matches, right? The ones you could dip in the water, pull back out, and they'll relight. Just 3 matches in there. A brand new, trusty Bic lighter wrapped in duct tape. This isn't Gorilla Tape on this one. This is black duct tape. This is Gorilla Tape, and around it is Gorilla Tape. This is just regular standard duct tape some I had laying around the house. So, brand new Bic lighter. Just one of these, why not? It was flat, it fit. I've used this one quite a bit. You can see, I mean, it's wore down. It's wore down, but this thing, I've used a lot of it. You know, you can see where I've scraped off the magnesium in several different places, both sides. This thing works great. I have no complaints with it. And you can see it's been used. That's why I put it in this kit. I trust this one. Some of the other ones that I have don't. This isn't like the cheap ones you get off of Temu or anything like that. This is actually, I can't remember the brand of it, but it's actually a name brand one, so the magnesium on this is really good. And so is a rod. It looks like they almost all look the same, but this one, the striker on it is so much better. It actually feels like a sawtooth where you could actually cut metal with that. Not the other ones, they're dull. And it's got a good 90-degree edge on it already, even though it's painted, it will strike. So, threw one of those in there, and at the bottom, you can see just more slivers of fat wood. They help light. And then my UCO, those are UCO matches, so just the UCO fire starter. You can hear my son, he's getting upset back there. But 2 of them, just a redundant backup, right? Just to make sure. I just cut them right off the box. I don't need the box. I mean, if I could have fit the box in here, I probably could have smashed it on the bottom. But that's all that's in that one side. On the other side, kind of looks like a mirror image, right? You can tell my fire starting stuff of choice is fat wood. May not be yours, but it is mine. And I've got some of my homemade fire starting tabs, which is nothing more than the little nosebleed deals. I'm just going to show you what one looks like in case somebody doesn't know. But you can get these. You can get like 100 of them for $4, something like that. Super cheap. They come in like this. And basically what I do is I melt Vaseline in a little tin. I drop these in there, and you'll watch them bubble as the Vaseline's removing all the air from the tab. Once they're done bubbling, I pull them out, put them on a cookie sheet, on some wax paper, throw them in the icebox, fridge, whatever, for about 20 minutes until they're solid and the Vaseline hardens back up and it no longer gets all over your hands. And then I just melt down some paraffin wax, and then I dip them in wax, double coated, so they're waterproof. Then all you do is break them up, roughen the strands, get the strands out, and then it'll light the first time. Those tabs right there will burn for 7 minutes. Go back, watch even longer, some of them, depending what environment you're in. Go way back to some of my shorts, and I've actually lit some of those in there. So, another piece. Then I had this, and I thought, you know what? These things are so cheesy, but this is one of the better ones. I ordered this. This isn't one that came in a kit. This is actually, you know, I still don't like the rings on there, but they're designed to put a branch through, get your leverage, and cut. This isn't one of the diamond ones. You can actually feel that. So Man, you know what? If you want to chop up some dead standing and you don't have anything, right, we still got to find wood. This kit will help you light whatever you find. But if you have some dead standing, you have a bunch of 2-inch branches, this will work for that. It's not optimal, but it'll work. Or if you have a bunch of big pieces, you could chop them down with this. You can cut it with this. And it's just, hey, man, I'm out with my buddies and we're going to, start a fire. I'm out in a situation and this is all I had. Oh, I did never throw anything away. I lied to you. I did keep the box. So I cut the fire starting end or the striking ends off, which were like that, and threw the rest in here as tinder. Then I've got a small piece of 100% cotton bandana. It's just off an old bandana that we had that was, it got ripped, I think. I'm like, man, I can use that. Hence the fact that there's a hole in this tin. So I can toss that on the fire after I make it. And if I wanted to, I could make some char cloth. That's why it's in there. So not a lot, to this kit, guys. I mean, this is a small kit. Doesn't take up a lot of space. I could put it in my front pocket and carry it comfortably. Definitely, it's going to be more awkward in a back pocket, but definitely in the side of a bag, in a glove box, center console, whatever. If you just wanted to have a fire kit with you at all times, man, this is a quick, simple way. You can hold that lid, fill this thing up, and boil water in it, right? You could separate this, and not only do you have a way to make char cloth, but now you have one side you could eat out of, and then the other side you could drink out of. I mean, it's thinking outside the box. It's small. You're not going to boil a lot of water, but you know what? The smaller quantities of water that you're boiling at one time, the faster it boils. So boil some, drink it. If you have another container, pour a little more in there. Good to go. But just something I threw together, guys. Give me your thoughts. What would have you put in this kit and what would you take out? As you can tell, I like fat wood. I could have put a lot more of these tabs or some Instafire, whatever. There's a lot of other stuff I could put in there. But I like fat wood. Always have. It burns good. I trust it. You're out of the equation because you don't fit in here. But really, all in all, that's a super tiny kit. Everything's got a purpose. It all lights in some way, form, shape, or fashion other than this saw. But the saw gives you that little bit of an option of, hey, if I do have some stuff that I need to break down a little bit smaller, that's a pain in the butt, but it's a way to do it. So anyways, guys, do me a favor. Let me know what you would add to the kit, what you would take out. Is it something you would do? I'm not really going to carry this kit per se. I have a bunch of fire kits. I just wanted to see what I could do that was different in a couple Altoid tins. Let me know what you think. If you like it, don't like it, could do without it. Kind of neat concept. This is what you would add. Either way, I appreciate and value your support. Like always, guys, like, share, subscribe. Click all those notifications. Let everybody know about us. We're trying to do something here. And like always, love y'all. See you on the next one.